Hey guys, I am totally jacked up, and I have been for the past 2 months. As you can see, I've got this massive rash on my eye. It's red and puffy and swollen. My back hurts like crazy from sitting in front of a computer for 12 to 16 hours a day, which is why I'm standing right now, and I am tired as fuck. Anyway, I'm starting a vlog. This is episode 1. I'm here in Bangalore, India, and my family is back in the San Francisco Bay Area. When I was young, my dad gave me this book called Letters of a Businessman to His Son. And that gift made an impression on me, which I still remember to this day. But the idea of passing on wisdom to your children is something I've been thinking about a lot. I work so much, I don't have that much time for my family. I'm also spending 2 months here in India, a month back in the US with my family, and I'll keep repeating that cycle until we launch the game we've been working on. So it'll be another 2 years at least. So it's a sacrifice. However, I believe anything truly meaningful or valuable does require sacrifice. But if I'm going to pay the sacrifice, I want something to leave for my family, even if it's just some stupid business lessons I learned from trying to achieve success with this company. Call it Logs of a Businessman to his 2 sons and 1 daughter. So to kick things off, this first topic, this first lesson I've learned, I'll talk about today. And kind of appropriately, I wanted to talk about starts, but more specifically, I wanted to talk about starts versus the grind. And I'm in the grind right now. As you can see from my face, I'm pretty much getting chewed up by it because it's rough. But for a long time, I've always thought starts are critical. Starts are so important. For example, when a new employee joins a company, that first day sets the tone. They look around and begin emulating the behaviors of other people around them. When to come in, when to leave, the work ethic, office behavior, the norms and practices established from the beginning are just so much more powerful than later. So I've always believed starts are super important, starts are critical, and that changing later is just so much more costly and difficult than if you set things right from the start. Well, I sort of messed up. While I co-founded this company, Lila Games, almost 2 years ago, we more recently started our office earlier this year, this office that I'm in right now. And boy, that was a disaster. The office got delayed, the internet was scheduled, rescheduled, found more problems, rescheduled. 5 times it was rescheduled for many weeks, and everything kept getting delayed, and all of the initiatives I wanted to start strong mostly got all screwed up. But even further and much worse, we transitioned from remote work to now working in person in this office. And that just exposed a lot of poor work behaviors and issues with work ethic, progress, kind of fundamental miscommunications, and it was just a huge mess. Anyway, the lesson I want to convey to you, Jackson, Asher, and Kayla, so to my kids, and for maybe the 5 other people out there who will watch this, is that starts are important, but the grind, I now believe, the grind is what ultimately makes a difference. Success or failure will be determined from the grind. So I don't need to agonize so much about a bad start. It's easy to start something. It's hard to continue, hard to persist, especially in adversity. It's so easy to let up, so easy to relax, so easy to even just give up. The grind is about persistence. It's about discipline. It's about sheer force of will to continue despite adversity, despite problems, and really so many fucking problems. But with a jacked up back, a rash on my face, and 100 problems, and There are so many problems to deal with. It's really all of this surviving the grind that will ultimately make the biggest difference. So, my simple lesson is this: starting is easy, starting strong is very difficult, and it can give you a pretty big initial advantage. And the way that I've now come to view startups is that every startup sort of starts off with generally a very low probability chance of success, call it 5%, 10%. And the job of a startup is to, over time, continue to make improvements and changes that continue to shift that probability of success higher and higher, 10% to 11% to 12% to 15% to 20%. And eventually, if the people in that startup do a good enough job, they get the startup to a much higher probability of success, and they eventually achieve it. Well, I'm in the grind right now, and I'm trying to get our 10% to 12%, and it's really, really hard. It's also costly. It's costing me time for my family. It's currently costing me, as you can see, for my face, my health. But I believe achieving success with our mission is worth it. It's worth taking a shot at trying to do something big and ambitious with my life. And I don't want to look back and think I could have done something more meaningful. Now's the time. And despite at least a shitty start for this office, I'm currently working on one problem at a time. And who knows? We'll see where this thing goes, but at least I'm definitely giving it everything I've got. So starts are important, but the grind is everything. Anyway, not sure how many of you are left watching this, but if you're still here, thanks for watching. And if I keep doing this, I'll catch you next time.